Good afternoon, Clearwater first grade. It's Mr. Feltz again. I hope you guys enjoyed your first week at home learning. I know it's kind of a weird adjustment and we're all trying to figure out how to do this, but overall, I think we're doing a really great job. I know for my class, I received a lot of great feedback and a lot of great completed assignments. So just remember that not every day you're going to have an assignment. So make sure to watch the entire video. I will let you know if there's an assignment or not. Also, below the video on YouTube, in the description, it will say whether or not there will be an assignment. So just to spark some prior knowledge about what we did last week, I'm going to share my screen with you and show you that last week we talked about tools for understanding our books. And we had 3 lessons last week. The first was check that you're getting it. So make sure you're doing a little bit of rereading. Then you make a movie to picture what's happening. And this is the one we had the assignment on, is keeping track of who's talking. So using those quotation marks. So today, what I'm going to teach you is say the word the best you can and then think about what it means. So I want to teach you that readers learn new words from all books that they read. When you figure out how to read a word, but you don't know what it means, you stop and think about it. You can look for clues in the picture and the other words to understand the new word the best you can. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing that and I'll bring that up in a little bit. So I'm going to model that for you. So when we read last week, Zelda and Ivy the Runaways, we finished with chapter 2 about the time capsule. So today we're going to start chapter 3. So I wanted to show you the first page of chapter 3. Okay. So I'm looking at the title, chapter 3. I see the secret, and there's this really long word right here. Okay. So this is the word that I'm going to figure out, but then I'm not sure what it means. Okay. So the secret concoction. Concoction. Okay, so the secret concoction. So I'm trying to figure out concoction. That's kind of a long, tricky, hard word. I might not have ever heard it before. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly does this mean. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to use, obviously, the pictures to help me figure out what does that word mean. And also, I'm going to read some words. I'm actually going to read the chapter to figure out how can I figure out what that means. So if I look back on this front page, underneath the title where it says the secret concoction, I see a bottle here. Okay, and then in that bottle, I see some liquid. So maybe that will help me with one of my clues. And then I also look and see that Ivy is holding that same bottle. So maybe the words will give you more clues. So I'm going to start reading this first chapter. Okay. Early one morning, Zelda sat down to write a haiku poem for her grandmother. Yeah, I don't think that has anything to do with the concoction. So I'm going to keep reading. Ivy came in shaking a jar of liquid. Oh, okay. That might be a clue. It's the jar. And yes, I was right. There's liquid inside of it. So I'm going to keep reading on. What's that? Asked Zelda. I'm making a secret concoction, said Ivy. She poured in some orange juice. So she's pouring in orange juice. Maybe the concoction is like a drink. I better keep reading just to see if there are more clues. Okay. You should add glue, said Zelda. I don't think so, said Ivy. She mixed in a mint leaf and an eyelash. Okay, so now she's putting in an eyelash. So maybe a concoction is some kind of weird mixture or like a magical potion. So if you think so, give me a thumbs up if you're thinking the same thing. So let me see if I can talk about this word to show that I understand it. A concoction is a kind of liquid. It's like a mixture of things It's like a drink, but it's not really a yummy drink because there are a lot of things mixed up in it. It could be like a magical potion. So what do you think? Did I get the job done? Did I work hard not to just read the word, but also to understand the word? Terrific. Now, are you ready to take over bosses of your reading? So readers, today, when you choose a Just Right book for yourself, from now on, whenever you read and whatever you read, be sure to notice when there's a word that feels new, a word that maybe you've never seen or heard before. Then use all of your tools to figure out how to read that word and say it the best you can. But remember, don't stop there. Use clues in the picture and the words on the page to understand the word so that you can talk about what it means. That will help you understand what you're reading even better. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to share my screen to show you the Post-it. So remember, today what we did is we say the word we best we can. So that word was concoction. And then think about what it means. Okay, so you're not even just thinking about if you've heard it before, or you need to always look at the picture, always look at the words, and make sure that you can figure out what that unknown tricky word means. So today, when you're doing your reading, that's all I want you to do. I would like for you to find a word that maybe you've never seen before, try to figure out what it is, and then try to find that text evidence to help you understand what it means. Make sure to use the picture and the words in your reading to help you as clues. Okay, so go ahead, have fun reading, and no assignment for this activity. Have a good reading.